Hello, YouTube. Oh my goodness. Hello. Welcome back to the Boss's Lounge. Listen, I have had one heck of a day and I had a heck of a nap, and I'm going to be up for a heck of a long time tonight. So I'm just perusing through the neighborhood to see what's going on since we didn't get no power tonight. We didn't get no Raising Kanan tonight. So I just want to talk a little bit about, Raising Canaan, celebrity breakups, what's new in the neighborhood. Listen, Lou is very questionable on Raising Canaan to me. Um, I feel like he really is kind of done with the lifestyle. Like he wants the money, he wants the comfortability, but he don't want to put in no more work. So it's going to be interesting to watch how Lou survives all of the masquerades. Um, he's really messing up with Rock. It's not going to go well if he don't get himself together. Pick a side, if you will, decide what he's going to do. Um, and Kanan, I'm just kind of over Kanan. I mean, the whole sleeping with his, girlfriend's mama, and yeah, I'm just kind of over it. I'm over it with him and whatever kind of relationship you want to call this that he's having with his dad. It's not the type of relationship that I would have expected. I would have expected for him and his dad to have sat down and talked about, how he met his mom, how they came to be, how they came not to be, and how it came that, Kanan didn't need to know who his daddy was. So, I thought that they would have, got to a place where they would be in each other's lives and not by happenstance. You know what I'm saying? Um, Rock's other brother, I can't think of his name. Wow, he is something else. He has finished his stint in the counselor's office. The counselor wants to make a move on him. He is upset because his daughter has a relationship with her mom. He's telling her that her mom is not serious. She's not going to stay in her life. And it's really interesting coming from a man who raised her all her life, Jukebox, her dad, but then get upset with her and put his hands on her. It's almost like a story of real life synopsis where they'll never get their original relationship back because he put his hands on his daughter. It's just something about that you can never sometimes overcome. Um, I'm just kind of sick of Kanan. I'm sick of his shenanigans. I think that Rock is playing with fire in Jersey. I think she's setting up her team to fail. And when I say that, I mean I feel like she's setting them up. One of them gonna get hurt. One of her brothers gonna get hurt, maybe even killed, before this thing takes an awkward turn. We're only two episodes, 3 episodes in, I believe. We didn't get an episode tonight, so yeah. Celebrity breakups. What is the deal? Is this the season for leaving? What's going on? Giselle and Tom Brady, Tia Murray and Corey, and what's going on out there? Is everybody headed over to get home? Child, it's kind of crazy out there. And then and listen, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I've been gagged over Chris Rock and Krishan Rock and Blueface. She said they not gonna be doing no breaking up. She not removing no tats. She gonna get some more. But she just don't understand why she care, because bruh just don't care. And bruh done told her so many times, so many ways, so many different languages that he really just don't care. But she wants him in that position of daddy, and so that's what he doing. He running his position. He doing what he want to do, when he want to do it, who he want to do it with, how he want to do it, regardless of how that affects her feelings. And that should be an awakening for her. I'm Look, I know she young and she don't get it. I get it. But Tia Mowry, excuse me. I was listening to them talk about the subliminals that she had been throwing between August and September. And now they're divorcing and they've got two kids together. They've been married, I think, about 14, 15 years, but they've been together since, excuse me, 23 years. So I think that was the couple, the new people's favorite, if you will, was Tia and Corey, but not anymore. It looks like Tia is not asking for spousal support, and she's asking for joint physical custody of the kids. So it seems like they just kind of trying to keep everything low key. They're not trying to bring a big stink, uh, with the divorce. Just, kind of mind your business and we're going to keep it private type of situation. Um, but looking at all of the different tweets and Instagrams that she did, and he even did an Instagram story and delete about using your emotions and you mess things up. So deep in my spirit, I feel like Corey got caught doing something, and Tia's been struggling with trying to forgive him. And all of those cryptic messages that she was typing saying that you got to be enough, you are enough for yourself, and you have to love yourself and understand that God's rejections, or that rejections are God's protections, and all of this stuff, and being in tune with herself and loving herself and caring about herself and all of this. That's low key blame on him. That's how I perceive it. So 23 years, he must have finally did something that she just can't seem to shake. So they're gonna go their own separate ways, and that's it's life. It is what it is. He'll still be in his kid's life, so that's always a plus. Um, yeah, I I'm seeing a lot of red flags, if you will, with some of these celebrity fallouts. And this is not the channel to get into it, but we will get into it. I'll have to look it up and study it a little bit more. Earlier, I told you guys I came online real quick and told you guys about my thoughts on what Tasha's plan was for her appeal, right? And I told you that I thought that she was waiting on Party B to slip up so that she could add that information, that documentation, videos, tweets, whatever, into her appeal. It would definitely, it could definitely play a part in Tasha winning her appeal. So, um, and I'm guessing that now, since Quavo has implied that Sweetie slept with Upset, you're gonna see a little bit of change. Like, for instance, I saw a couple of videos recently with Party B going out to different functions or whatever, and Upset wasn't with her. Um, I'm not even sure if he's still with the label that they all share. Um, but they definitely have a volatile relationship. Him and what is his name, Quality P, the CEO of the label or whatever. They're at odds ends. They don't have a good relationship right now. And I would think that Upset would tell his wife, look, don't beef with these people. Let's just do what we need to do and move forward. Let's don't fight trivial fights. Because when you really look, I done caught a couple of videos with Cardi B and I thought I was looking at Nicki. I did. I thought it was Nicki, and then when her hands came up with the long nails, I was like, wait a minute, that's Cardi. That ain't even Nicki. Listen, the kids is running around here being mad because they say Party B trying so hard to look like Nicki, and she ought to look like herself, and she oughta. What y'all mad about? Didn't Nicki do the same thing to Lil Kim? Nicki did the same thing to Lil Kim. She tried to take Lil Kim's flow. She tried to take Lil Kim's swag. She tried to take Lil Kim's looks, her wigs, her colors, her characters. Nigga, you thought it couldn't happen to you? You thought couldn't nobody do the same to you, Nikki? Girl, suck that mess up and go on about your business. Child, it is what it is. Consider it a compliment and move on. You know? It is a compliment for somebody to imitate you and try to duplicate you. It's a compliment. It was a compliment when you did it to look him. It's a compliment now that Cardi doing it to you. Same thing. No different. But she sure not taking it well. She not taking it well at all. What's going on, Locke? What's happening? I caught your replay the other day. It was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, Nikki did the same thing to Lil Kim. But see, the only difference is Nikki did not try to change her facial features or her body features into Lil Kim. She didn't. She just took everything else that Lil Kim had going on and morphed it into something bigger and greater. That was pretty much it. You at work. Thank you, babe. I appreciate it. That was it. But Party B, let me tell you something. When you catch her getting out the car or walking into an establishment or something, at first glance, I swear to God, it looked like Nikki. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to have to ride with the girls on this because Cardi went and got more work done. She's been getting work done in between babies, and I don't even understand why. But this most recent thing that she got done, it was to her face. And Party didn't need nothing else. She didn't need nothing else done to her face. She's always had an issue with her nose, but hell, her eyes got tight for a little bit. And I'm not talking about the mascara either. She has some swelling in her face. She had some swelling in her feet. She tried to make us think it was raining Cocoa Puffs. But a doctor came up and critiqued her look one day and the swelling and stuff. And they said that it was an after effect of surgery. So Party might, she will probably never admit that she want to look like Nikki or be like Nikki, but we know she do. We know she do. She trying her best to get to a position where she can one up Nikki. Yeah, she is. And I'm going to tell you something else too. If it's true, what I'm hearing, that Nikki is pregnant with a second child, baby, Nikki is threatened by Party and what Party B is doing. Because you don't compete with the ops. You continue to do you and let the ops break their neck to try to get up to your level. Party B is breaking her neck to try to get to Nikki's level, but at the same time, if again it's true what I'm hearing that Nikki is pregnant, then it sounds like they might be in a private competition to try to outdo each other, just like the Kardashian sisters. Speaking of which, Kim Kardashian started a podcast where she's supposed to be tiptoeing in and dipping into unsolved crimes or crimes where the defendant has claimed their innocence, however, they were jailed anyhow. Look, when Kim K when Kim K started on her little path of free them from the prisons, I thought it was basically around weed convictions, marijuana convictions. Because marijuana is now legal in the state of California. A lot of those convictions could stand to have some attention from somebody with a platform as large as hers, right? Instead of her taking on the weed cases that she could potentially have an impact on, she gonna go try to dig up a murder case that was unsolved or solved prematurely and put that on her pocket. Listen, she went and interviewed the family. Well, excuse me, the family of the defendant. I'm trying to get my words together. She went and talked to his family, and they swore up and down that he didn't do it. But she didn't talk to the family, the kids' family of the victim, because the kids claim they watched the man kill their father. How can you attempt to help somebody in prison who claimed they was locked up for something they didn't do, and you not interview the family of the victim? Listen, this really is not the stepping stone or the stomping grounds for Kim K. She's really out of her league, and she want to keep talking about she passed the baby bar. I don't really know what that means. You're not an esquire. You're not an attorney, and you've not done enough time. Baby bar, little bar, itty bitty bar, bar junior, whatever you want to call it. You're not an attorney, and you do not have a license to practice law in the state of California, or any other state for that matter. So if you're just using your podcast to address these issues, I would think you wouldn't be one sided, because that would definitely cast a very bad look on Kim K. Because you remember, my understanding was the podcast was, to reflect and show her helping people, prisoners. But how can you help them if you're not getting to the truth? You're only going by what the prisoner is telling you. It's listen, it's interesting. It's going to get a lot of critique. It's going to get a lot of info. It's going to draw a lot of attention. And it's also going to wake up some sleeping bears. And when I say it's going to wake up sleeping bears, I say that to say this. You're reopening or re-dredging up old wounds to try to go against the system and prove that the system did somebody wrong. You have to prove first, or, you know, take the records, the documents that show that maybe that person didn't do it, but they're going down for something else. You can't defend a person without getting both sides of the story. And it's gonna be real telling if she continues down that path. Um, who else did I hear was breaking up, getting a divorce? There was a couple that I'm not familiar with. They were very unique looking characters. But yeah, this is the season. And listen, the season of the witch is here. A lot of things are going on behind the scenes and amongst everybody. You just got to put two and two together, and pay attention to what's happening around you. You know, I'm getting more and more info about people who have actually uh, been worked on with the whole med bed situation. That is real. They have med beds in a different, I want to say it's India. I could be off. But there are a few countries that have this so called med bed. And, based on the results, it's gotta pick up traction. It's got to. If this med bed does everything they say it does, it has to pick up traction. And the only way it doesn't pick up traction is if somebody's trying to scrub it so that it never comes to fruition. But that's a part of our freedom. That's a part of what's hopefully, if God willing, is promised to come to us. And baby, eliminating sickness, disease, and famine and hunger, where we're not dependent upon people who we thought were here to heal us and make us better when really they're here to make $1 off of us. So healing us was never their priority. To get to finally discover that we can get to a place to where we don't have to worry about that anymore, it's amazing. It is amazing. We went in the underground the other night, and I can't remember if I had to delete the video or not. Well, we went in the underground, so I didn't. That was, yeah, off record. But I think I told y'all a little bit about what we found in there. Remember earlier that day we talked about Doja Cat and what's going on with her. I feel like she's been Britney Spears. um, and we've been looking at her morph and transition into the fashion side of the industry. Um, I don't know really what that means to her music. Something is going on with her. They tried to play us and tell us that when she lost all of that weight, that it was because she was working so hard on her routine and going on tour and all of the things, and that she wasn't sick. But she's been on a very fast spiral, a downward spiral, ever since she started losing weight. So I told y'all I felt like something was going on. We was gonna go find her name, and we were gonna look and check the court records, the law, the court, see if she have lawsuits. We are gonna check the jails to see has she been locked up. But before we got to that, I did pull up her government name, which is very very long, and it was uh, it kind of was what's the word I'm looking for? It was an incentive for me not to want to look nothing up, because if I got to take 10 minutes to type out 6 of your names because you got a long ass name, then I don't even want to go through the headache. So anyway, we was already in the boss cave, right? We was offline in private. We jump into the underground, and I type in Doja Cat, and boom, we was in Point City. So some of the pictures that were back there, I saw a YouTuber post some of the pictures that we found in the underground on YouTube. But yeah, I decided I didn't want to look into I didn't want to look into Doja. We just gonna pray for her, and we just gonna watch what happens. Um, Another thing is a lot of rappers have started to come up on my feed doing freestyles. I think I made a mistake of liking one of Meg the Stallion's freestyles. And now I'm getting all these new rappers that are coming up in the freestyling, and they sound really, really good. So it seems like the rap industry is getting an influx of new meat, fresh meat. You got when I tell you these women, listen, these women are really overtopping the number of men that are coming into the industry. I mean, these girls are putting these men to shame, baby. They giving them a run for their money. Do you hear me? But I am hoping that with this new influx of new talent that's coming into the industry, I hope that they don't start a trend of coming into the industry on beef instead of music, because it just kind of seems right now that it's a lot of clout chasing going on. It's a lot of, yeah, it's, yeah. I want them to come in with their music, come in with your bars, Let the people hear what you got. Let the people see how you flow. Don't be worrying about beefing. But I ain't gonna lie. Party B beefing with everybody, and I do hope Tasha gets some of them receipts and turn into her and put in on her appeal to let them see she played the game with y'all because of me. This is the real Party B. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I even see people still questioning what is Tasha doing? Tasha is doing what's been done for years. Um, a lot of blacks probably weren't doing it because they didn't know about it. But the Caucasian people have been doing it. Just, non-educatedness. But you know what? I'm hoping that with everybody eating off of the Party B and Natasha K situation, I hope they're watching and keeping tabs on how all of this is going down. Listen, it's going to be amazing if Tasha mess around and wins her appeal. It is going to be a firestorm because everybody's want to, take people to court now. Everybody want to sue, 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 sue. We got more important things going on in the court other than a simple beef with somebody else. But yeah, yeah, it's gonna be something else, I tell you. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And I see more and more bigger content creators trying to change their conversation, change their commentary, tiptoeing around YouTube, and now being able to identify keywords and stuff. And I went to look to see why my backup channel wasn't back, right? Because I went to jail the day after my main channel went to jail, right? So I'm like, I should have been back up. They gave me that hit on the third. 7 days would be the 10th. So I'm looking maybe at you know, getting my power back on tomorrow or maybe Monday. But as I read down the notification, it said that they didn't even strike me, but they was because I was in a penalty that they weren't giving me a strike, but they was removing the content. But then as I kept looking, it said this strike, this, that, and the other. So yeah, they did do more than just take the content. They did give me a strike. Um, and that is now going to be the fourth strike that I have received over the same topic, which I've been always very careful to not, use certain words. But it's okay. It's okay because whatever everything what happens every 4 years with uh, the bout to get a new commander in chief, that information is going to come out. So I don't even have to really discuss that anymore. It's it'll all come to a head. I think we were blessed today. I think today we dodged a bullet because the 8th has been a significant day over the last 3 months. And honestly, I thought something significant was going to happen today. But God is good and it didn't happen. So I think we may have a little extra time on our hand. I have seen in 3 stores over the weekend, 3 different stores, where people are missing. Grown people, adults. 2 of those 3 people had some type of mental insufficiency. I don't know if it was autism, special needs, retardation. Something was wrong with them, but they were grown adults and they're missing. I watched some videos of women giving their account of near misses. For instance, one woman jumped up and went to Walmart at 5 something in the morning to handle errands. When she hit the parking lot, she said the parking lot was scarce, but there was a van in the parking lot. So she made sure to park, far away from the van. She went in, she noticed a woman had been following her through different aisles, and when she got to the checkout, the lady left out the door and didn't buy nothing, didn't have any bags or anything. As she went to go outside to walk to her car, she noticed the van was much closer to her car, about 3 or 4 car lengths away. As she got closer, she noticed the van door started to slide open. So she reached on her hip, got her gat, drew down, was like, where we going? What's up? They slammed the door and drove off. She said, I believe they were going to attempt to kidnap me. And she said, ladies, we have got to start being more careful. You're going in and out the store, you're arguing with the kids, you're talking on the phone, you're doing everything but paying attention to your surroundings. Y'all better start. Listen, we are in a different world now. The society is different now. They need bodies. I'm sure they prefer kids, but they'll take anybody they can get. So you're really gonna have to practice being vigilant when you're, you know, going in and out of establishments, different hours of the day and night. Don't think that 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, or 10 o'clock at night is the only time they snatch people. They snatch people in broad daylight. They do. Um, I don't know a lot about the music charts, how they rate the music, and the billboards and all of the things. However, I I did, and when we went in the underground, I saw some stuff that seems like somebody is starting to question those hits, those chart decisions on like how that person got number one, how they got number three. What's going on, Boss King Anthony? What's up, baby? How you doing? Yeah, so I guess somebody's starting to question who's getting the top three, top five, top place, whatever. It's definitely the music industry is a doggy dog world. Um, I've heard some stories about how people win their spots on Spotify. We've heard 69 sit up and explain to us how they do the numbers, and you know that they're not true, they're not valid, and that those numbers are played with. Listen, these people are breaking their neck to get into an industry that just it ain't right. It ain't right. I even heard Cat Williams had done was it Cat Williams? Wait a minute, it wasn't Cat Williams. It wasn't Cat Williams. It's oh, okay. Yeah, well, some of the older artists are saying now that those numbers and stuff are not accurate, that they're being messed with. People have to really, when they drop their new hits, their new songs and stuff, they really have to keep up with everything so that they can, make sure that they're where they're supposed to be on the top 100 list or whatever. Um, it's crazy. Damn, what was I going to say? Oh, it wasn't Cat Williams. It was, I believe it was Lil Boosie. It was Lil Boosie. And he was saying how nobody had more hits than R. Kelly. And the people was trying to say, well, yeah, but Michael Jackson. It was like Michael Jackson can't outdo R. Kelly. And they said, what about Beyonce? They was like, Beyonce ain't shit. She can't even stand next to R. Kelly. And they said, well, Stevie Wonder's still alive. They said, okay, glad he alive. He can't do nothing with R. Kelly. Can't nobody listen. R. Kelly might have did a couple of things wrong. He might have did it. But his music You can't downplay his music. R. Kelly's a bad brother when it comes to this music, and the fact that he was in jail and made a number one hit, "Leg Shaking," that speaks volumes. I mean, ain't that what Weezy did? Lil Wayne, when Lil Wayne was in jail, didn't he write a hit or two? Who else wrote a hit or two when they was in jail? Didn't the Game write a hit or two when he was in jail? Who else? A couple of them. But you got people like Bobby Shmurda that you thought would have got in there. He wrote a hit right before he went to jail. You'd have thought he would have went in there making nothing but music. He didn't do nothing but going there making noise. Who else went to jail? I'm at work like usual. Oh, okay. Thank you for tuning in, babe. I appreciate you. It was a couple other people that went to jail. But they didn't go to jail and focus on writing no hits. They went to jail and did they bid, I guess, and took time off. That was their vacation time, I'm guessing. But R. Kelly been in jail writing hits, child. I'm like, wait a minute, where the studio at? where, where are they recording the music at? In the shower? Cause I know it's got to be some kind of a ricochet, a reverb, a echo, or something if they making the music in the penitentiary. Now, I'm just saying. hmm I heard earlier there was another part of the states that was expecting to get some storms, to get some bad weather, and I thought, well, we've seen a lot of areas get bad weather, get flooding, and all other kind of stuff. And I have to say, California, we've been lucky. We haven't um, we haven't had any of those issues yet. Knock on wood. But my God, what is really going on? I gotta go get my nails done. Yeah, what's really going on? Um, Something else too. Since I got grown folks on here. But boss screen, the problem is being certified again. Album sales is one thing, but shows count as well. Although it's not full certified. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I don't know, 69, you really can't pay too much for what he say because he a rat, right? He's a whole snitch. But listen, I watch Carlos King, and I have been seeing some really crazy stuff online. And something that I've seen is how a man that you just met, you decided to have sex with him on the first night, and he eats your groceries, your cabinets, and everything else between your legs, up your legs, behind your legs, in the front of your legs, on the side of your legs. Listen, I know that's appealing to some of you women. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. But that's nasty. You be with a man, you done decide to have sex with him the first time. He done showed you what kind of freak he is and you like it. Ugh. Right, he being bring a lot of crazy. Yeah. Yeah, so I can't get too wrapped up in what 69 say. But ladies, if you're gonna go out and date and meet people, do that. Date. Be courted by a man. And you guys become good friends. become good friends with benefits. You don't have to get into a relationship with a man who gonna sleep with the next best thing or the next cutest thing or the next thing come around the corner. For you to be mad, for you to be hurt, for you to be in your feelings, for you to be wanting to think about self-terminating, for you to be wanting to think about committing homicide, all of the things, just stay good friends. We saw Colors King, baby, Colors King, he be having me rolling. But I look at all of the videos where the women find out the man cheating and they did this and they did that and they want this and they want that, and it's like, why did you pick him to be your man? Why couldn't you guys just be friends? See, that's the thing in today's life, in today's world. No matter who I meet, where I meet, or how we meet, at the end of the day, my intention will not be to obtain a boyfriend or to become a girlfriend or to become engaged or try to remarry. The point is enjoying each other, being able to call each other and spend time together when we want, and being able to spend time with who you want, when you want, how you want. Do you know the statistics on men these days, single men out here that don't have kids? It's not very many of them out here. Kids don't know what court means. They don't know what court means. You on both channels? Oh, okay. Good looking out. Thank you, King. Yeah. Yeah. People don't know what it means to court these days. Somebody take them out to lunch or dinner or something and buy a few drinks or maybe get their nails done and, bust their back in. And next week they in love and they call on them all day. And where you at? Why you didn't answer your phone? Why you don't? Like, women, we are expecting too much from a man. Now, I'm not dogging men. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that a man is good at being a dog. Some of them are. But the situation is stop looking for something that may not be there. If you want a relationship, you got to be careful about how you look for it. Looking for it and finding it today don't is not like it was 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. It's a different type of looking ye shall find type of situation. It just don't The type of looking and ye shall find type of situation that you get today is that I met him 6 years ago. We've been cool ever since then. All of a sudden, I didn't know he liked me like that. Now we engage. That's the type of looking ye shall find that you really want. You want to be a part of a person's life, so to speak, for some years, get to know them, get to know the sexual side of them, the funny side, the serious side, the family side, the friend side, the brotherly side, whatever. You get to learn that first. And then you can decide if that person is even worthy of being in your presence 24/7. See, uh, um, Locke did a video the other day saying how men didn't deserve black women. Y'all should check that video out. It had some very interesting information in there. Very interesting information. See, a lot of men these days, and there are a lot of them, that are trying to find their footing. They done went to school or not. They working a full-time job. They trying to, keep their car note paid, get a place, be able to pay everything and take care of it. Don't you think the same thing you looking for in a man is looking for in a woman? They both in love in the bed and got the bag. They in love spending like ooh, 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 ooh. ain't gonna kill me. And no, but real talk. I hear women, and I'm talking older women. I'm not even talking about women in their 20s and 30s. I'm talking about old bitches in their 60s, 50s, and 60s, talking about what a man need to be able to do for them, and he need to pay their bills and this, that, and the third, and all of the things. And that's cool if he was your man, right? Because don't you think a man that's out here struggling like you might be struggling, trying to hold down a job, maybe two jobs, paying the car notes, cell phone bill, credit cards, trying to pay like gas, rent, water, cable, and all the things. Don't you think that when he meets a woman, he wants to see what the woman has to bring to the table as well? See, we so stuck on gimme, 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 gimme. They gotta do this for me, for me, for me, for me, for bitch. What is you doing for yourself? See, I don't need a man to come and do for me what I'm already doing for myself. I need a man that if he wants to be in my presence, that he treats me like I'm worthy to be with him. Do something special for me. Do something nice to me. Show that you appreciate me and you're not just here to get in between my legs. Yes, that's the reason that you came, but show me that you appreciate me as a person. Now, don't you think every now and then that man would love for you to come through by his way, or, invite him over, or go over there with some groceries and cook up a whole meal for him and clean the kitchen, and maybe do some laundry, iron some clothes, braid some hair, grease some scalp. Like, don't you think a brother would think that he would be appreciative of a woman that's giving him some attention like that, doing something for him? Telling him, babe, I'll pay for your haircut and to get your beard lined up or whatever y'all call it. I got you this weekend, boo. What's wrong with that? That's why women end up getting what they get, because they're not about giving, they're all about getting, and you getting exactly what you deserve. hmm You getting what you earn, you getting what you ask for. You even have to be careful when you praying to God for a man. You got to be careful what you ask for, because see, the Lord said, "Asking thou shalt receive." But you better be careful what you ask for, because asking for a tall, dark, and handsome with a mandingo dick is not what you want. Listen, Linda. That ain't really how you want to ask for it. You got to be very careful. See, you got to be very careful. Very careful. I'll tell you something else. If you meet a man that ain't got kids, be blessed. Be thankful, be grateful, and try not to be that one that be the one to give him kids. hmm If you meet a man that's got children, don't try to become the stepmama. Don't break your neck and go out of your way to be super nice and do things for those kids if you guys have not been in a long term relationship. You're just meeting him, you're just getting to know him. And y'all just so happen pick the weekend that his baby mama ended up picking and said, last minute, can you watch the kids? Now, y'all had plans. Now, he got the kids and you in his face. Listen, speak to them. You can tell them your name, but for the most part, don't address those kids. Don't really interact with those kids. Interact with your man. Help him where he needs help. If he needs help feeding the little bitty one, yeah, help him feed the little one. Help him change a pamper or two. But all of that getting into and playing and being friendly. If you're not planning on being the step mama, the god mama, the next mama, then baby, keep your attention with him. Enjoy y'all time, y'all lunch and dinner together. When he get ready to take them to the park, drop you off at the house, go on to the house and let him spend time with his kids. It's a wonderful thing that a man will spend time with his kids, even when he's with another woman. But do not get it twisted, because those kids are gonna go back and tell their mama about the woman that they was with their daddy. Then you're gonna get a chance to find out, is this really the man that you want to be with? Because that drama's gonna come to you real fast. Smooth down his way. Black ink sky. Oh, really? Oh man, you're gonna have to help me to that. Yes. Yeah. See, when you get a man that's got a baby mama and got kids, you get a bad thing sometimes. Because women, I've never made the demands, but I know some that have. Got this thing about saying, I don't be bringing your bitches around my kids. I don't be bringing them girls around my kids. I don't want my kids around another woman. Bitch, what you want is for your kids to spend some time with their daddy by any means necessary, whether it be with a woman, a man, a cat, a dog, a pigeon, a bird, or a moose. You should be thankful that he's spending some time with his children and giving you some time to go do what you need to do. Hmm. Yeah. See, that be the problem. The baby mamas be trying to dictate the house, and you can't do that. So while you may be digging this guy and you looking at him like, oh, he's doing a good deed. He's, being with his kids. He got a relationship with their mama. He does things. That's fine. He need to do things with his kids. They his kids, not yours. Okay? Not yours. Not yours, not yours. Doritos, not yours. Okay? Give that man some time. It's okay for y'all to do a little something together. Then let that man have his time with the kids, because when the kids is gone, he gonna be wanting to do something. See, that's something else that we don't think about as women. See, you want to hang around him because you looking at the kids like they invading on your time. But the kids gonna spend the night. So then y'all in there trying to put the kids to sleep so y'all can sneak in the bedroom and get y'all sex on, but they knocking on the door and waking up and doing all mm-mm. Don't do your kitty like that. Don't tease your kitty. Don't let your kitty be teased. Don't let your kitty be played with, and it cannot be fully satisfied because the kids in the other room. Don't do that to yourself, girl. Go on to the house and let him go sneak, tease, play with somebody else over there while them kids over there in the living room sleep, whatever the case may be. Give him some space. Give him a break. And if the baby mama is going to come and pick the kids up at some point in time in the middle of the morning, he gonna want a booty call, and it might not be your booty that he want to call. So if you give him space, you'll never know, and your feelings can't get hurt. You see how I go? And in this society today, I would be very careful at the type of man I was aiming for, because all of the men are looking at all of the women trying to look exactly alike. Can you imagine how many cute hoes out there got STDs of some sort? Can you imagine how many fine ass men got STDs of sorts? Can you imagine how many fine ass men are playing switch hitting in the game? But hey, some people don't care. I'm sorry, I meant to send. Oh, you so funny. You okay? You okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's something else. We just really need to reset. We need to do a mind reset, like a recheck. Because there are some people who don't even have a plan for the next 5, 10 years of their life. The young kids at 21, because they teach you in school and in college. You should have a 5-year plan, 10-year plan on what you want, where you want to be, what you want to be, where you want to, you know, where you want to be in life. Some people don't even have a plan. I was unaware of how many people until just a few days ago, me and one of my sisters, I was unaware of just how many people have gone their whole life and not experienced living real life. Not flying on an airplane, not taking a vacation, not swimming with the dolphins, swimming with the sharks, the octopus, the stingrays, not going on cruises, not being on jet skis and not skiing in the slopes. Excuse me. Hang on a second. It's called Paper Heart. You're gonna love it. Trust. Okay, let me take a picture of this so I can remember the name of it. Everything you touch stronger, less it's all up in this movie and more. Oh, that sounds like a good movie. That sounds like a good movie, Aunt. Good looking out. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a few days ago. And I said, we were having a whole discussion. I was like, how do you get to 40 and 50 years old and you've never experienced being on a plane, a train, a boat, a camel, a dolphin? Like, how do you go through that? But you know what? They just surviving, not living. Exactly, Anthony. Send a trailer now. Okay, baby, thank you. Thank you. Um, because and during our conversation, we talked and it came up, you know what? Your circle. See, it starts out at home. At home with family, you have family vacations, you have family reunions, you have people that get sick, you go out of town to check on them and see them. So you take road trips, bus trips, plane trips, train trips, all of the things growing up, or at least I did. And then so once you've grown up through your tender teenage years and you become a young adult where you're working and paying bills, then at that point it becomes your surroundings, and that would be your circle. If you hanging with a group of people that ain't living life, taking you to the clubs, to the hot spots, to private parties, taking you to kick it with people in mansions and on boats and yachts and things like that, then you round the wrong crowd. See, sometimes what you don't know can hurt you because you're living a stifled life. If you just walking around surviving, paying bills, going to work, eat, sleep, pay bills, go to work, eat, sleep, pay bills, child, you ain't doing nothing but surviving. You just taking up good oxygen on the planet. Living life is wanting to do something. Listen, if you ain't got the circle that's wanting to go on trips or fly here, fly there, travel here, do this and vacation here and do that, if your crew not with that, and you have a desire, then you can do it by yourself. You don't need your crew. If your crew not willing to go out and live life and experience different things, then you really hanging with the wrong people. That's it. That's just what it is. You're hanging with the wrong people. You need to be hanging around somebody that's doing something with their life. Because being older, now that my kid, because I did it all when I was younger, and then I won't go through my life, but then you have kids and your kids get grown, and you know what I'm saying, and then you get a chance to redo it all over again, and I'm loving it. I have my passport is very well stamped. I'm in and out of the country on a heartbeat. It's nothing. Love it. Boats, trains, airplanes, all of the things, yachts, vacation resort homes, vacation rentals, timeshares. Done it, been there, done it all. It's wonderful. It is a wonderful thing. And if you have not been blessed to experience those things, you're missing out. You really need to. There are groups that you can join that do different things and go different places. You don't have to, if your friends are not up to par, if they don't have a job, if they don't have insurance, if they're not working, if they don't have their own spending money, you can join groups that do things and go places and go with people that you don't even know. They will definitely teach you and educate you about the experience. Sent the text and yes, you know how we do. Yep, yep. Live life, real life, yeah, for sure. It's so unfortunate because, baby, when I graduated high school, the first thing I did was jumped on a plane and took off to a whole nother state. Left, left. I've lived in a few places within the United States. I've been blessed. I almost went into the military. That would have been a totally different experience, very serious experience. I'm still finding out that there are people that have a full-time job that don't have no profit, no profit sharing, no 401k, no retirement. Some things you just gotta wanna do, and if you don't have no desire to do them, then bless your heart is all I can say. Because there's so much more to life than just smoking weed. Yeah, I get it. Some people smoke, smoke, smoke. I do my part. I have my share, but I work, 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 work. And sometimes I take off from work to go do something special, go do something different. I take off and enjoy myself. When I work hard. When I play hard. When I meet new people, baby, I enjoy myself. I enjoy them. I love on them. All of the things. And I'm hoping to soon visit some of my boss family in Mexico, maybe later on this year. Got a birthday coming up, and I'm torn between the different places that I want to go. I know I'm going to one place, but I have three that I'm trying to get to, so we'll see how that goes. hmm Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. I really don't know how easy and inexpensive it is. So much in so many places. Exactly. Exactly. Work hard, play hard. That's right, boss. And they've made it so much easier for you. For instance, back in the day, if you wanted to go somewhere, you wanted to fly somewhere, you wanted to travel, you had to, save up your money to buy an airplane ticket because we know that airplane tickets are expensive, right? But now you can put your tickets on layaway. Yes. You can put your airline tickets on layaway. Now I ain't gonna lie. If I can put it on layaway, I would rather than put it on my credit card. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with putting your airplane tickets on credit card. Ain't nothing wrong. I've done that before too. Hang on, y'all. Taking y'all with me. Okay. Um. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with you know putting your plane tickets on your credit card. But ain't nothing wrong with paying for your tickets in cash. Mm-hmm. Anthony, baby, you hit the head nail on the head. You are the company you keep. If you running with hood booger rats, then what are you? Because it's an experience to it's an experience, and then to be older and have to experience and be educated by somebody else is very different. Diva, what's up, boss lady? Diva D, what's up, mama? Mm-hmm. Better than that, if you commit a year early, you can get round trip tickets for 3/4 the price anywhere. And tell them about that. But yeah, I didn't fell in love with business class, so I'll be a layaway in my tickets every time I turn around because I love me some business class. And I just learned that if you upgrade once you get to the airport, you can usually get your first class tickets cheaper than you can at the gate. For me, I get them out the gate because I have so much other stuff to go with it, other perks and privileges that I need to activate. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Child, cause I went out and had lunch today. I had to work this morning. I was up at work 5 in the morning. Got off from work, went and met some friends for lunch, had a conversation, was chit chatting, came home. What time did I get home? Probably about got home about 3 or 4 o'clock. I got home and laid down to take a nap and didn't wake up till 9 something. So you know I'm up for the night, child. I'm outside toking on one right now. Yep. Just shoot the shit. Talked a little bit about the Tasha K and Party B and celebrity breakups. We talked about Power Book, Raising Kanan. We didn't get to show tonight. Talked a little bit. Oh, P Valley. Talked a little bit about P. Did we talk about P Valley? I hadn't talked about P Valley. I want to talk about P Valley though. That's gonna be something else, and it is coming back for a third season. The way they ended it, it will be back for a third season, and I am stoked. That's right. Yes, I really do. I already paid. That's how you do it, Anthony. You plan ahead. Everything ain't got to be last minute, but I tell you something. If you want to do something last minute and you got anywhere between 3 to 5 days to be out from work, catch a last minute cruise. Vacations to go. Go to their website. They offer very cheap cruises. You can book a cruise for a little or nothing, but with the cruises, it's last minute because they trying to fill the boat. So when they got say for instance, they got a cruise plan for December, right? We're in October. December's 2 months away. And the price right now, the prices will start coming down. Well, when December come, if the boat still ain't full, you can get a whole junior suite for the price you would pay for a single 3 day cruise, 5 day cruise. Get the whole cruise for $600-700 in the junior suite. Hmm. That's one last bit of trip that will be dirt dog cheap. You never watch P Valley? Girl, P Valley is the business. I just watched the last episode of season 2 tonight. Rewatched it. And baby, I can't wait on P Valley to come back. When P Valley first came out, that first season, everybody was watching it and talking about it. I wasn't even interested. And I ran up on it on Prime one night, and I said, "Let me watch it and see what everybody been talking about." I've been in love with it ever since. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Been in love with it ever since. Still learning things, or learning how to apply things that I learned in school about how to write off your rent and your car payments and things like that. It's just so much in life. But if you don't surround yourself with people that can educate you, can groom you or take you to the next level, then you can't grow in life. It's no need in somebody, and this is no shade or no disrespect to anybody. If it applies to you, then duck, because it ain't about you. It's about the situation. It's about life. Surviving versus living life versus surviving. Just doing enough to get by. It's no reason that somebody get all the way up to 40 and 50 years old, never been on a plane. It's no reason somebody get up to 40, 50 years old, never been on a hotel. It's no reason for a person to get 40, 50 years old, never rented a car, took a road trip. It's no reason for a person to get 40, 50 some years old, ain't never been out of the country. A lot of people haven't. It's no shame, but you're definitely missing out. Okay, okay. He said a first mate special, last minute. Yeah, some things you can do for last minute and get a better deal on it than you would have got if you had planned it 3 years ago. Yeah, you got to pay the taxes. Still got to pay the taxes, right? Even on cruise, you got to pay boarding fees and uh, export taxes and shit. Especially if you leave and go out of the country and want to bring something back. Yeah, Trey, my always told me to hang around people that were doing better than I was, right? Because it would motivate me to want to get to their exactly. And we all need a little motivation. We all need a little motivation in life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Getting together, getting with a group of people throwing a party, getting with a group of people going out of town, taking a 3-5 hour drive out of town, living in a staying in a Airbnb together, hanging out, kicking it, going to the club, going to the movies, concert, fashion show, whatever it is. It's getting with a group and experiencing the whole thing. It's just the experience. These are life experiences. You folks never been out. They said, yep. Some people ain't never been out of their own town where they live at. Hmm. Now, of course, there are a lot of places in the United States that I haven't been, but there's also a lot of places within the states I have been, and a lot of places outside of the country that I've been, and there's still places that I want to go. Getting out here, taking trips, going places with people, living life, networking, socializing, meeting people, exchanging numbers can get you in a house, can get you in a car, can get you a job, can get you a career, can get you a booking, can get you whatever it is your heart desires. It's all about being in the right place at the right time, having the right mindset. I never been on a plane and I ain't going. Well, you know what? There are a lot of people that are afraid to fly. For instance, T.S. Madison is one. Maddie tell you all the time. She's scared of flying. Hell, she don't fly unless she really have to. When she flies, she take a Valium before she go, so to keep her nerves calm, and she won't be trying to jump out one of the windows on the plane. But she continued to level up, level up, level up until she got to a point to where she got so many places to be in so short amount of time. She didn't have no choice but to start flying. And it's second nature to her. It don't bother her as much now. She probably still medicates, which is fine. Do whatever you need to do to get on the plane and get to where you're going. But she's flying now, and that's a blessing. My passport look like the yellow pages. Okay, baby, my passport got some stamps on it, honey. And I think the first time I went out of the country, I went with my family. It wasn't a family reunion. It was just a family vacation. A lot of us got together and went. My aunt planned it. We used her AARP discount and her husband's military discount. We got good deals and we went. And it was a 7 day cruise. I done been to the Honduras. I done been to Belize. Oh my God, so many places. It's crazy. I have not been to your average vacation spots like Jamaica or the Bahamas. I haven't been there. I definitely have plans to go. But yeah, and your passport is good for 10 years. How can you not go? You know? Yeah, get a few of y'all. And when you're talking about going out of the country, you do, and we've all learned this from the Brittany Griner situation. It is important for you to understand the laws of where you're going. I smoke. So if we're going to Jamaica, I need to know, can we smoke over in Jamaica? Sure, you can, you bumble clock. You can smoke. Okay, if I go to the Bahamas, can we smoke? Or is that just all drinking? Yeah, you can smoke in certain places. Oh, okay. Oh, we're going to Germany. We're going to Russia. Can I smoke? Hell no, bitch. You can't smoke over there. Don't bring nothing. Don't buy nothing. You can't smoke over there. These are things that it's important for you to know and learn so that you don't get jammed up like Brittany did. Because trust me, ain't nobody coming to save you. Yes, Belize is so beautiful. I didn't want to leave. Belize was not beautiful when I was there. I, it was very much an interesting place to go. I met some very nice people there. We saw a lot of things, but when I went, they were having it was a tropical storm that was coming through, so it wasn't as beautiful as it could have been had it been beautiful and sunny when I went. But hey, that was okay. It was an experience. I experienced it. Plenty of pictures and videos. I have no regrets. Enjoyed every minute of it. Honduras, same thing. They told us the same way they told us about Mexico. Well, some places you can't go and can't can't get in the car with everybody. When we went as a group. We stuck together. We left together. We came back together. We watched out for each other. And that's how you have to do it every day. You have to do that right where you live right now. If y'all go out together as a group, y'all need to stay together and watch each other's back. Don't let somebody get pulled off and go with somebody else. She go to the bathroom, somebody go to the bathroom with her. She go outside and smoke a cigarette. Somebody go outside and smoke a cigarette with her. You gotta learn to stay together. They snatching us, boy. They snatching us. So yeah, yeah. And then I know y'all heard what's his name, Orlando Brown's new song. I can't think of the name of it right now, but his lyrics are fire. Do you hear me? They are fire. And they're saying, damn, who knew Orlando was making music like this? Orlando didn't know he could make music like this because he's been in the industry so long. He's partially an industry puppet. He doesn't think so. He's very woke and he spills all of the beans and the tea that he can spill. But yeah, he might have some type of deficiency, but his bars is fire. You'll just travel your car. Look, the boat is huge. Even if the boat had problems and sank, they got life rafts, they got rescue boats. Yeah, it's all good, Diva. It's all good, babe. But you know what? One day, maybe, you'll feel different. When the opportunity is presented again for you to go somewhere and do something, you may feel different and you may get a chance to go and experience. And it'll be a very different experience. A lot of times you can't even tell you own the boat. You really can't. Especially if you're moving about inside the boat, you don't really get to see everything outside. It's not until you go up on the decks that you can look out over the water and it gets scary. And even being on a boat can be dangerous. We've seen and read how many people went missing on a boat. They went over the side, went over the side of the boat. They still looking for it. So many stories, but you can't let that hinder you from going. You know what I'm saying? Lando Brown been had skills. He crazy as a bitsy bug girl. Ain't he crazy? Just crazy, child. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I tell you, honey, it's something else. But that party B, huh, She don't even know. And I hope, like I said, I hope that information is given to the appellate judge, and I do hope that Tasha K win her appeal, because she filed an appeal, and I think she was waiting and counting on some evidence to show itself so that she could add it to her case, and it would be helpful to her case. So she definitely got some evidence. It's just a matter on whether or not she gives it to the judge. So we'll see. Oh, I've been on the boat for. Oh no, what happened? I'm not laughing, Diva, but what happened? Ain't no telling what you finna tell me, girl. But what happened on the boat, Diva? What happened, baby? What happened? What happened? What happened, Diva? I want to know what happened on the boat, girl. Stop watching your disasters on YouTube, Diva. I see you. Girl, is was it a big boat? Was it a cruise ship that you was on, baby? Cause I've been on boats, little small fishing boats where you could fit 6 people on them. I done been on a yacht. I done been on a mini yacht. I done been on a cruise ship. The cruise ship is probably the most comfortable boat because it's so big. Because the yacht was comfortable because it was very huge and I had so much room. That little fishing boat, girl, I was on that little fishing boat as a kid. Me and my grandma and my auntie, girl, and we was out there and they was fishing, and we didn't. My grandma couldn't swim. I don't think my auntie could swim neither. I couldn't swim. But back then, they would get in the boat and go out on the water, ain't got no life jacket on, no vest or nothing, child. They didn't even think about none of that. They just went on out there. And we was in the boat, and they drove the boat out under these trees to fish. And a snake dropped in the boat. And I'm scared of snakes. So when a snake dropped in the boat and I seen it, I started screaming and yelling. And I jumped out the boat. Well, they couldn't save me until they got the snake out the boat. So then once they got the snake out the boat, then they was using the oars to try to save me in the water and get me back in the boat. Child, it was a mess. And I swore ever since then as a child, I would never have to worry about getting me on a boat. I didn't care what size the boat was. But that fear didn't last long. It changed. It took 30 years to change, but hey, I've experienced it and I like it. I do. Child, I cut up so bad they had to bring me back. I can, I can only imagine the kind of hell you gave them, Diva. It's not funny, y'all. Diva, I'm laughing with you, dog. I ain't laughing at you, but I'm just saying it's so different for people. And it's not funny. And you don't understand how it feels for a person to already be fearful and be in that position. It's very hard to overcome. It is. It's very hard to overcome. But if you overcome it, it can be a good thing. Oh Lord. Well, okay, y'all. We've been on here for an hour shooting the shit. Ain't nothing going on. We was just hanging out. I'm gonna let y'all turn it on in and take it on down for the night. Thank y'all for stopping through. I appreciate it. Thumbs up the video if you can. It mean a lot. Y'all have a good night. Shout out to all my bosses, moderators, supporters, subscribers, members, and whatnot. Welcome to my new members. I appreciate y'all. Listen, y'all be blessed, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Hang on, let me see what D would say. It was a nice. Oh, you was on the yacht. Okay. Oh, it's embarrassing. I can never be in the middle of all that water. Made me panic. Yeah. Yeah, because the yacht wasn't big enough. The yacht wasn't big enough. Even getting on the cruise ship was is scary enough having to walk across all of those bridges and do all of the things. Yeah, I can imagine, babe. I can imagine. But it'll be different. It'll get better. Don't even worry. I got faith it'll get better. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Have a good night. Happy Sunday, and I'll talk to you later.